Hey guys, my name is Chantal Rodriguez. For those of you who don't know me, I am so excited because today is our first full-length episode, and I am going to be sharing a speech that I recently gave because it still holds true today, and I'm hoping that it helps to lift your spirit and shift your perspective. So if you like what you hear today, please click the like button and subscribe, and I hope to see you back here next Monday because I will be uploading new content every Monday. With that said, let me get into this speech, which is titled 2020 is Still My Year. With a show of hands, how many of you on January 1st, 2020 said to yourself, this is going to be my year? I am going to crush every goal that I set for myself. That was 100% me. I wrote down each of my goals with so much detail and an execution date next to each one. And I was off to a great start, and I'm sure you were too. But then mass chaos hit. On March 17, 2020, Santa Clara County was mandated to shelter in place only to go out for essential business. Our world was in shock. People didn't know what to do with themselves. Random challenges started to fill Instagram feeds. Eating all day became pretty popular, and TV binging was at an all-time high. You could really see and start to feel our world start to shift. Hope started to fade, and fear started to creep in due to the uncertainty that we were facing. In fact, people started fighting over things like toilet paper and hand sanitizer. Companies started to lay off employees, schools started to close down, and for most people, all of those 2020 goals were right out the window. Today is April 20th, a little over a month later, and we still don't have all the facts. The only thing that we know for certain is that the shelter in place has been extended through May 3rd, and that is being optimistic. We are amid a crazy season. This is something that no one has dealt with in the past, and this virus is very real. With all of the new information coming out, we're having to constantly adjust our routines, and for a lot of people, that can be very scary. But I'd like to share with you a quote that I absolutely love, and you may have heard it before, by Kitty O'Meara. And the people stayed home and read books and listened and rested and exercised and made art and played games and learned new ways of being and were still and listened more deeply. Some meditated, some prayed, some danced. Some met their shadows, and the people began to think differently. And the people healed. And in the absence of people living in ignorant, dangerous, mindless, and heartless ways, the earth began to heal. And when the danger passed and the people joined together again, they grieved their losses and made new choices and dreamed new images and created new ways to live and heal the earth fully as they had been healed. With that said, let's shift gears, because this speech is not about dark and gloomy. This speech is about embracing the uncertainty and making the mental decision to shift up. Everything is about perspective, especially during these uncertain times. So allow yourself to focus on the positive and stay in a state of gratitude, because now is not the time to cower in fear. Now is the time for us to rise. Joshua 1:9 says, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be frightened or dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go." You see, God didn't give us a spirit of fear. There are no accidents, and there are certainly no surprises for our God. In December 2019, God put it into my heart and into my spirit that 2020 was undoubtedly going to be my year. A year of transformation, a year of breakthrough, a year filled with courage, And I have unwavering faith that that still holds true today, because only my God can turn a mess into a message and a test into a testimony. You see, I am embracing this shelter in place to level up. I'm using this time to finally read the books that I never had time to read, to learn the things I didn't have time to learn. I'm able to share my gift with the world by offering free coaching to those who are struggling during this uncertain time. Estoy practicando mi español. I'm spending quality time with my family because I refuse to let anything or anyone get in the way of what God promised me for 2020. Our faith is no doubt being tested, but today I'm challenging you to shift up and to realize that this is actually a blessing in disguise, because there couldn't be a better time to strengthen yourself mentally, spiritually, physically, and emotionally. This is the time to prepare yourself for whatever it is that God put in your heart for 2020. Because as God said, this too shall pass. And when it does, there are going to be two types of people. The people who use this time wisely and used it to improve themselves and their circumstances, and the people who wasted this time. If you only take a few things away from this speech, please remember these three things. Number one, embrace your circumstances and use a shift up mentality, because life is all about growth. Number two, stay in a state of gratitude. Number three, do not cower in fear. Be strong and courageous and grounded in faith. In the end, 2020 is still my year. And now I'm asking you, is 2020 going to be your year too?